joining me in the studio, we have a local artist who has a special group he's putting together, an event, that sort of thing. Zav, morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. It's great to talk to you. Now, I'm very aware of your photographs. I've seen a lot of them. The Then and Now project you did with the new pictures of Colchesters blended into the old pictures of Colchester. They must have taken a lot of research.
Yes, they've taken a lot of time to put together, and there's now about 45 different ones. So over the last couple of years, it's taken me quite some time. But the project is now being applied to different local schools.
Okay.
And students are working on certain projects from about Colchester's past and present. So it's been great. It's been kind of a snowball effect, and it's been really good locally. Yeah.
Colchester's got a very rich past.
Yeah, it's been almost the perfect town to do the project. I think there's other places in the region where you couldn't probably do the same thing. For example, I don't think Milton Keynes would work very well.
Harlow.
Exactly. So it's been great. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's really good. As I say, now you've got a new project that you're putting together. Tell me a little about that. What's that? What you plan to do with that?
That's right. So I do a lot of photography and a lot of artwork, and as an independent artist, I found it quite difficult in the last few years to exhibit locally. And we've got some great venues when you think of First Sight and other places we have in Colchester. And it's been always a struggle to exhibit. So recently I thought of the idea of putting together a group of artists, that can be painters, that can be photographers, that can be sculptors, and kind of get the word around to try to create a group to get exposure for each other's artwork on social media locally, and hopefully in time open doors of certain venues in Colchester, in Essex, and at some point take the artwork elsewhere in the UK to show how creative Colchester is.
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say we're pretty lucky in Colchester. We've got a very big art scene. We've got a big, lively music scene. We've got a lot of art going on. It must be a great place to be an artist.
Yeah, I think I've been here over 20 years, and you quickly realize that Colchester is very creative, a buzzing place really, with a lot of creative people. And within the last couple of weeks of putting a couple of announcements on social media, there's already 10 artists who contacted me, and actually the work they do is really amazing. So it's been very positive, and it'd be nice to get Colchester known for some of the positive of this town, such as the creativity that comes out of it.
Now, we've got a lot of good venues. We've got First Sight, which, a bit Marmite. Some people hate it, some people like it. I actually like it. Then we've got the Minories, we've got other areas. Have you had any feedback from any of those at all yet?
Not at the moment, and the project is quite early stage still. But I think the word through social media is getting around. Coming to see you this morning kind of helps to get the word around as well. But I totally agree with you. We've got great venues. I'm a big fan of First Sight. It's such a beautiful place. That would be great to get more local art maybe in that building as well.
So you're putting the group together, and you've got some people who have joined you already. Is it still open to more people?
It's still open. It's still open, and it's free to join. And I want to make clear that it's not about sharing commission or sharing the profit of artwork being sold. Really, it's just a group to promote it. There's nothing financial behind it. So, but yeah, it's open to all artists locally. I'd like to see the group go up to maybe 20-25 artists, just to have a good diversity. Like I said, at the moment we've got illustrators, we've got digital artists, photographers, sculptors, and not really known locally when actually what they do is really good. So hopefully we can get up to 20-25. I think that'll be a good number. But again, everyone's invited to contact me and join us.
So I'm joined in the studio by local artist Zav, and we've been talking about his project that he's putting together for local artists, encouraging people, maybe getting exhibitions. So we spoke about some of the people that you've got already. If there's budding artists around. How should they get in touch with you? What's the best thing to do?
Well, they can reach me through social media.
Okay.
I've got a Twitter account. I'll give you the details, so it's on the website. But I'm available on Instagram and through Facebook. And that's probably the easiest way to get in touch. If you look at hashtags on Twitter under Colchester an artist, I think it will come up quite quickly. We've got a Twitter account which is set up, which is Arts Colchester, Arts with an S, Colchester, all in one word. So contact me through that, and we can start to have a chat and start to take this forward.
That'd be good. And I'm sure if you want to contact us here at the station, info@actualradio.com, find us on Facebook or on the website. We can pass your details on if that's necessary. So you were telling me before we started that you've got an event that you're planning later in the year. Tell me a little about that.
That's right. So it's still at an early stage, but I've been talking to the Mercury Theatre in regard to hiring maybe the old Garrison Gym, which has been recently renovated and is being used actually by the Mercury.
Right.
And it's such a beautiful building. However, so it'd be great to use for exhibiting the work from the group. But it's such a big venue that actually we've talked with the Mercury, and we're thinking that maybe it might be a good idea in December to set this up and actually kind of set up an art exhibition with also a fair of crafts, local crafts, etc., for people to come and visit and actually look at art, purchase art, and also look at different artwork being done and local homemade craft that's being done, and maybe have kind of 15-20 different stores of people selling different bits and pieces, which would be great around Christmas, perfect for Christmas shopping and actually creating an atmosphere, and almost an indoor Christmas market with an exhibition as well, which would be a good use of the space, maybe for a weekend or two.
That sounds good. And so, I mean, for example, do a lot of photography. Mm-hmm. So could I join your group?
Yeah, most definitely. It's very open, and it has to be. We try to include people with different level of creativity, different background, all ages, all political background, dare I say. And actually, it's actually sharing the work, giving each other feedback, and actually, even if you're a new artist, an upcoming artist, I think by joining the group, you can kind of grow, and get your artwork known locally, and hopefully at some point nationally as well.
Okay, so not only is it a group to help you get exhibited, it's almost like a support group for other artists.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think sometimes as an artist, you kind of doubt how you feel about what you create, what you produce. So I think sometimes it's nice to have people around you that kind of pick you up and say and confirm that actually you're on the right track, if there's such a thing when it comes to art, and actually give feedback. I regularly do that with my two kids, and they're more than happy of giving me honest feedback. Not always positive, but it's interesting. So I think if we can do that amongst ourselves, it'd be great.
You can always rely on the honesty of children, can't you?
Most definitely mine, yeah.
Zav, it's been a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you very much indeed for coming in to speak to us.
Thank you very much.
We'll do our best to get your details up on our website and help people to find you and maybe pass them on. And perhaps once you've got your December event sorted out and you've got it all, the I's dotted and T's crossed, perhaps you'll come back and tell us a bit more about it, and we can give that a bit of a talk up as well.
Yeah, most definitely. If there's anyone creating handmade crafts and things, do contact me, because we'll be looking for people for hopefully December. And like I said, to have a Colchester Christmas market as well.
Excellent. Zav there. Zav Marseille. I was practicing it, and I was practicing it, I still got it wrong.
I struggle sometimes.
Well, I'm Andre Kimche. You try and get the bones out of that. That's Zav, and we'll keep an eye on what he's up to and update you as we go along.